It's time for Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you by Bank West, B&B Equipment, the Association of South Dakota Weed and Pest, and Fisher Rounds and Associates.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
And by Sioux Nation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Overhead Door Company, Service Master, and All Around Graphics.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Here, Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Nystrom Electric, Wagner Auto, Agtegra, AirTech, Pierre Sports Center, Comtech, and Rising Hope Counseling.
3-2 pitch. There's a line drive. Iverson going over for it. Dives, makes the catch. Iverson saves at least 2 runs, and we remain scoreless through 3.5.
And by Avera, Dakota Sprinkler, Ferding Electric, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, and Lamb Motor.
We'll take off for a second. Dean out towards right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Olson Plumbing, Todd's Electric, Kruger Contracting, Midwest Cooperative, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Shane's Pharmacy. And now let's go to the booth for the call of today's game with KCCR Sports Director John Winkler.
It is region championship time as the Pierre Governors. They will take on the winner of that second game, which was Brandon Valley. They won 4-3 over Yankton, and they are set to battle here for the region championship and will be one of the 4 teams to advance to the Final Four next Saturday in Sioux Falls. We know one team that's going to be playing the Birdcage next Saturday. That is O'Gorman. They knocked off the 8 seed, knocked off the top seed, Sioux Falls Lincoln, 7-2 in that first region championship game. All the region championships are set. We'll talk more about that, those matchups here in just a little bit. But first, John Winkler alongside Greg Dean. As Greg, this is a matchup that is 3 weeks behind schedule. The Governors and Brandon Valley were supposed to play each other a couple weeks ago. That got rained down, and now the one and only time they will see each other in the spring is a spot to go to Sioux Falls.
Yeah, and again, on paper, these are two pretty evenly matched teams. I mean, I think if you look at Brandon Valley's record, I think they come in here at like 19-13, but they had a really tough stretch in the beginning part of the year. They went to Kansas, which has kind of become a tradition for them over the last couple of years. They go down and play 4, 5, 6 games in the first weekend or 2 of the season back in late March, and they played some of the best teams down in Kansas, and then they came back and I think played Lincoln and a couple of other the teams right in that metro area, and so they kind of came out of the gate a little bit slow, but I think from about midpoint of the season on, 1st of May, they really began to hit their stride, and you know that anytime you run up against a Brandon Valley team, you're going to run up against a team that's loaded with athletes. That's what this team has, and they're just going to compete from first pitch all the way to the last out.
And for Coach Jeremy Van Heel of Brandon Valley, and any coach will say too, they're playing their best baseball at the right time. You know, they struggled through the first part of the season, and you never want to have any kind of struggle at all. But for this Brandon Valley team, they were playing their best baseball when it matters the most. They got a win against Yankton, although Yankton played them very tough. Yankton scored 1 in the top of the 7th. They went down to the 7th inning down 4-2. It was scored that, make it 4-3. They had 2nd and 3rd, so they had the go-ahead run in scoring position. But Joel Colbeck got the strikeout, and he picked up the save for Brandon Valley to close out that win. And now we are awaiting the lineup from Brandon Valley for Game 2 and for this region championship matchup. But we know the lineup for the Pierre Governors, and as Brady Getz that's going to be on the mound here for Pierre, and it was kind of one of those that we thought that was going to be the case, whether it was going to be Lincoln Kienholz or Brady Getz that would be the starter. We know it's Brady Getz here to start this game against Brandon Valley.
Yeah, and you know what you're going to get with Brady Getz, and that's just a lot of strikes. I mean, he just goes out and just competes, and for Brady Getz to be effective, what he needs to do is make sure that slider that he has can be very dominant. If he can establish that pitch, throw it for strikes, be down in the strike zone, and then come back with an above-average fastball, he really has an ability to keep opposing hitters off balance, and so I think that's what you're going to see out of him today. Now, the beauty of where this pitching staff is set up with, because of the fact the Govs got a very good outing from Isaac Pollock, 3 2/3 innings pitched in that opening game today, and then a good relief effort from Jake Mayer. They have basically a full staff to go to. So if Getz gets into any trouble or looks like he's tiring at all, probably Lincoln Kienholz would in all likelihood be the first arm out of the pen, and then you've got Elliott Life, Bennett Dean, a handful of others that you can certainly turn to. So this is an all hands on deck. I mean, you got nothing to lose right now. This is like Game 7 of the World Series.
That's right, because the winner advances, the loser, their season comes to an end here this afternoon. The other games that are going to be taking place, and actually I think both have started now, in the Region 4, it's Harrisburg and Brookings, the 4-5 matchup. Both those teams got a 9-2 win. Harrisburg did over Huron, and then Brookings beat Rapid City Stevens 5-2. In Region 2, Sioux Falls Roosevelt, they beat Douglas 15-1. Washington beat Sturgis 6-3, so they are battling right now. And if Pierre does win, they'll face the winner of that Roosevelt-Washington game in the state semifinals next Saturday. As, of course, here this afternoon, it was a 13-3 win for Pierre in Game 1. Brandon Valley beat Yankton just moments ago, won 4-3, as these two teams will battle for that Region 3 championship and to advance to the Birdcage next Saturday, which their scheduled start time is at 2 o'clock. For that other state semifinal game. O'Gorman has already advanced to the state semifinals, beating Lincoln 7-2. So Lincoln, who and that was one of the things, and before we take our first commercial break, is does Lincoln actually have a advantage going in or a disadvantage because they don't play that game? Now, obviously, you can play this game 5 times over, and you can figure out, maybe 10 times over, and figure out if they actually had an advantage or disadvantage. But O'Gorman won that first game and then quickly turned around and won the doubleheader for them, where Lincoln played just one game and they were done. Yeah,
and O'Gorman, big walk-off win against Mitchell. Got a base hit in the bottom of the 7th to win that first game 4-3, and then carried that momentum over and just got a really good pitching performance from Sam Stukel, and they were able to just go out and dominate, and actually had one big inning in the 5th inning. Lincoln was actually no-hitting O'Gorman up until that 5th inning, and then just gave up a big 6-run 5th inning. The wheels just kind of fell off all at one time, and it goes back to what we said back in the open of the first game today. If you run into one hot pitcher or have one bad inning, you can be sitting on the sidelines really quick, and that's exactly what happened to the top-seeded Patriots out of Lincoln High School today.
Pierre Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx, the matchup to determine the state semifinal, state semifinal team, as they will battle in the Region 3 championship coming up here in just a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes away from first pitch here between Pierre and Brandon Valley. We step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Heights Stadium, as we're getting closer to first pitch for the Pierre Governors and Brandon Valley Lynx. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean here in the Region 3 Championship, 3 versus 6 matchup. And for Brandon Valley, maybe a little bit closer than what they were hoping for, but they couldn't have expected much different. They should have known that this Yankton team was going to be good. The Yankton team is good, and they're young, but they were good, and they made things tough for Brandon Valley, where Pierre didn't have that same type of a tough game where they got out with an early lead. They're up 3-0. They were up 4-0 before Rapid City Central even scored. They ended up taking a 13-3 win in 5 innings. So both these teams are in different spots going into this ball game here for the Pierre Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx. So Greg, what do you think that does for each team? One, having an easier game in terms of the little less stress than it does the Brandon Valley, who had a high stress game.
Well, and I think we'll find that out in a couple hours. No, I think
easy enough answer.
Yeah, I think I think the bottom line is, I think we can maybe look at the O'Gorman Lincoln game as a possible example. O'Gorman came into that game with a big walk-off win, coming in with a lot of momentum, riding right out of that semifinal game and right into the championship game, and that's exactly what you're going to see with Brandon today. And so they've just got done playing 7 innings of really tough baseball. I mean, it was a game where Brandon got 4 runs early and then just kind of had to stave off the Yankton Bucks for the rest of the game, and so they've kind of had to be on their toes for the last 7 innings, and meanwhile the Governors just kind of workmanlike performance, put runs on the board in each one of the 4 innings, and that they were at the plate. Now they've had a couple of hours off. Now they got to find a way to regenerate that focus and that enthusiasm again. So you're right. This will be an interesting dynamic to see which plays out.
As we will step aside one more time, come back in 2 minutes, and have first pitch for you, the Region Championship. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Ah, this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, as we are getting set for first pitch, the starting lineups are being announced between for the Brandon Valley Lynx and the Pierre Governors. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean for this region championship matchup between Pierre and Brandon Valley. The only game so far that is, or only region I should say, that is complete is Region 1 with O'Gorman beating Sioux Falls Lincoln 7-2. And that's the only final that we have so far of that region championships. Roosevelt, Washington in Region 2 and Harrisburg and Brookings in Region 4 are both underway. The Governors, if they win, will face the winner of Region 2, which is Roosevelt and Washington, in the second semifinal. Will be played at 2 o'clock. The first semifinal played at 12 o'clock. And, of course, you can listen to Pierre Governor games. If they win today, you can listen next Saturday to Pierre Governor Baseball here on today's KCCR. So as we get set for first pitch, we'll go through the starting lineups as the Governors will be the home team, of course, being at Hyatt Stadium and being the top seed. Carson Axtell is going to be the pitcher, and he will be the leadoff man for Brandon Valley. Matt Brown's the second baseman batting second. Joe Kolbeck will bat third and play shortstop. Nick Hokenstad is the third baseman batting fourth. Tyler Shelsky, the right fielder, will bat fifth. Peyton Carroll, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Austin Reeder, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Sam Altoff, the DH, will bat eighth. And Luke Kosher is the center fielder, batting ninth. And Dawson Skorcheski is the catcher for Brandon Valley. He is not in the lineup as he's being DH for by Sam Altoff. For the Pierre Governors, it'll be Lincoln Keenels leading things off at shortstop. McGuire Rasky will bat second and play center field. Andy Gordon's the catcher, batting third. Bennett Dean will bat fourth and play first base. Jakey Mayer, the right fielder, batting fifth. Jack Merkwan, the DH, will bat sixth. Matt Hansen, the third baseman, batting 7th. Jane Wiebe will bat 8th and play second base. And it'll be Spencer Lettler, the left fielder, that will round out the order for the Governors. As Brady Getz is on the mound for the Pierre Governors, looking to advance to the state tournament. It'll be the first time to advance to the state semifinals since 2018. Of course, it'll be the first time in 3 years, but only be the first time in 2 tries since 2020. They wiped away the 2020 season since it never happened. But the Governors are looking to get back to the birdcage and also looking for that first ever state championship. And this is a huge game, and being able to be at home, Greg, is already one benefit to this ball game for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, and there's a good crowd on here at hand, kind of what you would expect for Pierre baseball. There's a crowd of, I would say, you're probably pushing 200 or more Pierre faithful here. Good contingent up from Brandon following the Lynx today, and so this is going to be a fun game all the way around.
As the lineups have been announced, the national anthem has already been played, so Brady Getz will start his warm-up tosses as we are getting set for baseball here in the final game here at Hyatt Stadium for Pierre High School baseball in the 2021 season. As no matter what happens here this afternoon, this evening, this will be the final time until the Legion season will take over starting on June 1st. Pierre has won 20 games so far this season, 20-5 record. Brandon Valley with around the 19 wins, and we mentioned it before we took that first initial break that Brandon Valley they are playing their best baseball right now going into into this region championship.
Yeah, and for Brandon Valley, we're going to see. Pierre is going to see Carson Askdahl on the mound today. He's their ace. I mean, he's coming into this game with an ERA of under 1, a WHIP of under 1, and so it'll be Pierre's best in Brady Getz against Brandon Valley's best in Carson Askdahl, and so it's going to be number 1 versus number 1, number 3 versus number 6 in the seed charts, and we're about ready for first pitch. Time to let it fly, John.
This is going to be a fantastic game here between these two teams. This was supposed to be a matchup a couple weeks ago when Brandon Valley was supposed to come to town. It'll be followed. Then Sturgis was going to be in town the next day. We didn't get the chance to see Brandon Valley that afternoon. We got the chance to see Sturgis on that Sunday, but Brandon Valley was not did not make the trip because of weather. So this is their first time being here in the Hyatt Stadium in 2021, and it'll be the only time these two teams will see each other until what most likely will be these guys playing against each other in the Legion season, barring a couple of different players here and there. But we are ready for first pitch, as it will be Carson Askdahl, the pitcher, that will step to the plate first. He went 1 for 4 with an RBI against Yankton in that last game. One of just 2 guys with an RBI for Brandon Valley in their win over the Bucks. First pitch is over for strike 1 at 4:55 as we are underway. Region championship game between Pierre and Brandon Valley. The winner will go to Sioux Falls next week Saturday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's outside and is now 1-1. Brady Getz, he is 4-1 on the season. This will be his 5th starts. He has got an ERA of 1.235, a WHIP of 1.235. At this point in the season, it's weird to see the ERA and WHIP in the same spot as is now 2-1.
Yeah, and again, for Getz to be effective, he's going to have to establish that off-speed pitch, that slider, because that makes that above-average fastball look that much tougher.
2-1 pitch. That one's fouled back, and it's now 2-2. Here to the leadoff hitter, Carson Askdahl. As we Matt Brown that's on deck. Joe Kolbeck will follow. Nick Hokenstead, then Tyler Shelsky, Peyton Carroll, Austin Reeder, Sam Altoff, and Luke Koser. The 9 hitters for Brandon Valley. 2-2 pitches upstairs as now a full count to leadoff hitter. What you ask for your leadoff hitter is try and make that starter throw a lot of pitches, give everybody a chance to see from the bench and from the on-deck circle how it's going to look. 3-2 pitches, line towards left center field. Rasky going over. He'll glide over to make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired to open up the region championship. Well, you can hear the And that was the first out. You can hear the clapping down below us. This is a good crowd on hand. It's probably the best crowd we've seen so far this spring, and it's fantastic to see how many people are here for this region championship as Matt Brown will step to the plate.
Yeah, a lot of emotion, a lot of support for the green and gray out there. 58 degrees on a cloudy, overcast day here late on this Saturday afternoon for here at historic Hyde Stadium. Governors wearing the all grays, green sleeves, green and gray caps. The Lynx black tops, red letters, gray pants, black and red caps.
As the 0-1 pitch will bounce in the dirt, and it's now 1-1 here to Matt Brown. He went 2 for 3 in that last game for the Lynx. Had Brandon Valley, the top 4 guys all got on base. Then he kind of sprinkled in some hits from here on out from 5 through 9. It is now 1-2. Although Althoff did not, Reeder did not play in that game, and Althoff did not get an official at bat. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball that just stays upstairs, didn't cross over the letters, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, and Brady Getz is an imposing figure out on the mound. Checks in at about 6'3", probably at about 230. We've talked about the fact he will probably be one of the starting offensive linemen for the Governor football team this fall.
There's a swing and a miss by Brown, and the first 2 are retired in order, and that'll bring up Joe Colbeck, who went 1 for 3, got the save in that game for the Brandon Valley Lynx. As Colbeck will step in. Guy that, he could have been playing for this Pierre Governor team. Originally from Pierre. Here's the first pitch. That one will bounce in, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Joe Colbeck lived in Pierre for several years in his younger days, and family ended up moving to Brandon. But Joe Colbeck, one of the few returning All-Staters. He was a first-team All-Stater as a sophomore, and so would have been fun to put a returning All-Stater in the middle of this Pierre Governor lineup.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Colbeck. He'll swing and miss, and it's now 2-1. Boy, his head might have gone off of that swing, but he was looking past the Boys and Girls Club. He was looking, I think, probably looking at the Verisign back there. I think that's where he was trying to aim for. Looking to hit it all the way across Sioux Avenue. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one will come inside a little low, and it's now 3-1.
Yep. Colbeck has committed to play baseball next year at Iowa Western, depending upon will not cross paths with Peyton Zabel down there at Iowa Western, but maybe we'll follow in his footsteps.
3-1 pitch. There's a big swing and a miss, and it's now 3-2. Second full count batter for Brandon Valley in this top of the first inning for Brady Getz. Looking to have a 1-2-3 inning against this Lynx lineup. Here's the payoff pitch to Colbeck. Comes inside, just misses inside. Colbeck thought about swinging at it, pulled it back in the last second, and takes ball 4. And the first base runner here for Brandon Valley in the top of the first.
Yeah, and we talked about at different times during the year you don't like to see a 2-out walk, you don't like to see the leadoff walk, and so we'll see if Brady Getz can pitch around that two-out walk right there to Colbeck. If you got to walk somebody, Colbeck may be as good as anybody because he's a home run threat anytime he comes to the plate.
You're listening to KCCR Peary Riverfront Broadcasting Station. As a pickoff attempt, they've got him picked off, and now Colbeck to throw to second. Lincoln Keenels will tag him out, and that will retire the side. So didn't even have to worry about throwing a first pitch over to Hoke instead. And that is going to be a no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After a half inning, it is a scoreless game as Pierre will come to the plate. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They'll answer your questions, and they'll even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy is the pharmacy you know and trust. That number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
Back here at Heinz Stadium as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Pierre Governors coming to the plate. As we go through their starting lineup, it'll be Lincoln Keenels, the shortstop, leading things off. McGuire Rasky, the center fielder, bat second. Andy Gordon, the catcher, batting third. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Jakey Mayer, the right fielder, batting fifth. Jack Merkwan, the DH, batting sixth. Matt Hansen will bat seventh, play third base. Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, will bat eighth. And Spencer Lettler will round out the order as he is in left field. And again, Brady Getz is a pitcher. He is the one that is not in the lineup and who Jack Merkwan is hitting for as they go against Carson Axtell, the leadoff hitter for Brandon Valley in the order, but and also probably their I don't want to say leadoff pitcher. That's not right, but their number one pitcher for the season is Carson Axtell.
Yep, and again, we'll talk about him a little bit. We don't have their team stats in front of us, but we know that Askdal is a likely. I know he's an all-region player for the Brandon Valley Lynx. ERA of under 1, a WHIP of under 1. So he is certainly one of their top pitchers, and so if the Governors are going to win today, you got to go through the best to try to get to that state tournament next weekend down in Sioux Falls.
Here's the first pitch to Lincoln Keenels. That will go over for strike one. As the Keenels will bat here after going in game 1 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He had an RBI in his last 3 plate appearances for the Governors that end up winning 13-3 in game 1 of this 3-game set of the region tournament. As the 0-1 pitch is grounded left side past the diving third baseman off the glove of Colbeck. I don't know if Colbeck even makes that play cleanly. Now, I will say Colbeck has a chance to pretty much throw out anybody if he makes a clean play on it. I don't think he's going to get Keenels, though, so it's going to be a leadoff infield single for the Governors, and Keenels is on at first as he grounded to his counterpart, Colbeck, and it'll bring up McGuire Rasky.
Yeah, we'll see how the Governors want to play this. I mean, much like what Brandon Valley did with Yankton. I mean, they were able to plate some runs early in the game, and that turned out to be the difference. They got four in the first and second innings, and that ended up being exactly what they needed to beat Yankton in game number 1 that they played here today.
The first pitch to McGuire Rasky misses low and inside for ball 1. Rasky in game 1 went 0 for 2. He drew 2 different walks. Here's the 0-1 pitch, or the 1-0 pitch. That is now over. It's 1-1 to McGuire Rasky.
Askdal only working out of the stretch, even with the bases clean to face the leadoff hitter Keenholz. He was just out of the stretch, did not go out of the windup. With Keenholz on first, obviously he is going out of the stretch, and so we'll see. Again, no indication that Rasky's going to bunt, but we'll see if they put it on at some point.
1-1 pitch. He'll go the other way with it. That will be a sliding grab by the left fielder. And a Reeder, what a play by the left fielder. And there's one down as Keenholz will retreat to first base. As that'll bring up Andy Gordon. Austin Reeder out there. That's a tough play because it's going away from you. It's slicing away from you, and the slide to make that catch. If he doesn't make that catch, it's at least 1-0 for the Governors, and Rasky's got a chance for an inside the Parker.
Yeah, because that ball probably goes all the way to the wall, and like you said, with Reeder's momentum bringing him towards the infield, he would have had to run a long way to go back and retrieve that ball.
Gordon will swing and miss at the first pitch from Askdal, and it's 0-1. To Andy Gordon, who went 2 for 4 in game number 1, 2 singles. He came around to score both times he got on base. Austin Reeder out in left field, it's saving an extra base hit, maybe even saving a run there. That one will get in the dirt. Lincoln Keenels doesn't get the jump that he was looking for, so the count's now at 1-1. Skorczewski's got a good arm, so again, if you're not, second base, you got a little bit more of a hesitation, but if you're still not sure, because that ball didn't get too far away from Skorczewski, you're better off staying at first base because you don't want to get thrown into an out. As the 1-1 pitch now here from Askdal to Gordon. He'll ground that back up the middle. Colbeck will underhand flip to second for 1. Back to first. It's low throw, but it's picked out. and it's a 6-4-3 double play, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the first inning. So after a leadoff single, it's a race to the double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left on base. After an inning, no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley. Back in a minute, listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or post-date apparel? All-around graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All-around graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All-around graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, as we have the top of the segment with no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley, John Michler alongside Greg Dean.
In other scores, we already know that Sioux Falls O'Gorman is one of the 4 representatives at next week's state tournament, having beaten Lincoln 7-2 earlier today. In the other region championship games, Harrisburg leads Brookings 1-0 in the top of the third. Also in the top of the third, Sioux Falls Roosevelt leads Sioux Falls Washington 1-0.
Here's number 400, Nick Hokenstead. He didn't see a pitch the first time he came to the plate because Colbeck got picked off at first base, and so now he'll look at ball 1 to open up the top of the second. Both teams got a runner on first base in that first inning, but both of them are retired either on a double play or picked off. The 1-0 pitch, that one will find the spot on the knees, and it's now 1-1. Hokenstead went 2 for 3 in game 1 in that game against Yankton to advance here to the region championship. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Getz to Hokenstead. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1-2.
And when you start getting a lot of swings and misses like Brady Getz is getting right now, that just adds to your confidence because that tells you that your stuff is working.
1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Gordon will have to throw that ball to first base. And the leadoff man is retired on the strikeout. 2-3 on the putout. And there's one away here to open up the top of the second. And that'll bring up Tyler Shelsky, the right fielder, as he went 0 for 2. And there's not a whole lot of guys in this order. You know, Reeder and Althoff didn't have an official at bat, but everybody but Shelsky and everybody but Shelsky had a hit that's in this lineup for the Brandon Valley Lynx here in this second game. Shelsky's the only guy that failed to record a hit in any at bat. He went 0 for 2 in that game against Yankton. First pitch misses for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Getz. That one will find the outside corner. Is now 1-1.
And from the first inning plus, I mean, looks like that outside corner is open today for the home plate umpire. And so if these starting pitchers are able to work that outside corner, this could be a fairly quick game.
And that one hit the outside corner. It was called ball 2. So the count stopped 2-1.
Hey, you know, from up here it looked like it hit the outside corner.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That was popped up in foul territory. Both Gordon and Dean will race after it. Gordon calls for it, and he will make the catch. And there's now 2 down. That's a tough play there for Gordon, but he makes the play, makes it look pretty easy, and there's 2 away here in the top of the second.
Yeah, and that's almost a play that you almost want the first baseman to come in and call the catcher off, because we've talked about the angle that the catcher has to go at when he's trying to read where that ball is going to come down at. It's an easier play for the first baseman, but you could see that Gordon was calling for that one all the way because Bennett Dean came in about 3 steps into foul territory and immediately backed off because he didn't want to interfere with Gordon at any stretch of the way.
Here's Peyton Carroll as he'll swing and miss at the 1-0 pitch, and it's now 1-1. Spencer Lettler is in left, McGuire Rasky in center, Jakey Mayer in right, Matt Hansen at third, Lincoln Keenels at short, Jaden Wiebe at second, Bennett Dean's at first, Andy Gordon behind the plate, and the 1-1 pitch from Brady Getz. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2.
And when he's getting those swings and misses, what gets us doing is it looks like the Brandon hitters are over top of the ball for the most part. That's that slider that really dives down in the strike zone, and if it's really biting, he has the potential to be really effective today.
1-2 pitch was maybe above the letters, but it was fouled away by Peyton Carroll, and we will do it again at 1-2. He went 1 for 3 last game, did Carroll. Again, it's the bookends of the lineup of Askdahl and Koster that had the two of the 4 RBIs. Looked out for a strike 3 on the outside corner, and that retires the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Brady Getz as we head to the bottom of the second. No score between Pierre and Brandon Valley. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second inning between Pierre and Brandon Valley. John Wakeler alongside Greg Dean will be at 4, 5, and 6. Bennett Dean, Jakey Mayer, and Jack Merkwan will be the first 3 hitters. As Dean will step to the plate. He went 2 for 3 in that win in game number 1 of the day over Rapid City Central when they won 13-3. Askdahl had an unconventional 1-2-3 inning, had a double play to help him get out of that first inning. Both pitchers allowed just 1 base runner, and they've both been retired, either by a pickoff or a double play. First pitch to Bennett Dean is taken for strike 1. So far, they've had 9 guys just come to the plate between these 2 pitchers. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Askdahl to Dean. And Dean will go the other way, out towards left field, and Ryder is over there. He'll make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired to open up the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Jakey Mayer, the right fielder. 2 for 2. He also walked. He got on base all 3 times he came to the plate. Had an RBI as well and came around to score all 3 times. Did Mayer.
Mayer comes into today hitting .304 on the year, but with that 2 for 2 day earlier, 2 for 2 game earlier, that batting average probably up a little bit into the three teens, I would guess.
He'll swing and miss at the first pitch, and it's 0-1 to Mayer. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Askdahl to Mayer. Outside, just a bit outside, and it's now 1-1.
Skorcheski really trying to sell the pitches that may be a little bit in the dirt, really trying to frame them, and really does a nice job behind the plate there for the Lynx.
Here's 1-1 pitch to Mayer. He'll swing and miss at that one, well behind on that swing, and it's now 1-2.
You can just kind of see just by the body language that Askdahl, the Lynx pitcher, just really has kind of an air of confidence out there on the mound, and so this likely could be a game where you just 1 or 2 runs is likely going to be the difference today.
As Mayer will look at strike 3 on the outside edge, and there's now 2 down here to the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the DH, Jack Merkwan. You're exactly, and I think I think there's a thought of that when we first got into this game before the first pitch was thrown. But after seeing these 2 pitchers right now, and obviously it could be an announcer's curse, but it looks like maybe 1 run could be the difference maker in this ball game. Merkwan will swing and miss at the first pitch as it's 0-1 to the DH.
We've sat through one of those 1-0 games already this year.
It was a lot of fun to sit through it too. I think there was a lot of nerves all the way around, but it was a real good baseball game when Pierre beat Brookings in 8 innings, 1-0. So 2 to Merkwan now as you look at that one. Merkwan in game number 1 He went only 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs. He was a home run away from the cycle. Had himself a pretty good first game. It's all right. Yeah, no, he was the best hitter for the Governors in game number 1 with that 3 for 3 day. 0-2 pitch. He will check, swing, does not go. They will check him over at first, and they say he did not swing, and it is now 1-2. I think everybody, the 30 guys over in the dugout for Brandon Valley, no, I'm just kidding, about the same amount of guys in the dugout they have for Pierre, but they are all ready to hop over the fence and congratulate Askadal after a 1-2-3 inning. But Merquan's got another chance here, 1-2 pitch upcoming. That one is missed. It is now 2-2.
Yeah, and Askadal right around the zone, just kind of what you would expect out of your ace. He is just he's living, he's up and down, changing speeds, doing everything you'd expect out of your number 1 today.
So here comes now the 2-2 pitch. That one's looked at for Merquan, and that will be strike 3. So 2 strikeouts the inning for Askadal, a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Still no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley in the Region 3 Championship. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Verdig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdig Electric, 224-8684.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
As we head to the top of the third inning, it is a no score so far between Pierre and Brandon Valley, as it will be 7, 8, and 9. Austin Ryder, Sam Altoff, and Luke Koser. As Ryder, he did not play in game number 1. First pitch to him. That one will bounce in, and it's 1-0 here to the left fielder, who made a really good play in that bottom of the second or bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, likely saved at least 1 run, and depending upon how the rest of the inning might have played out, potentially more with that catch, sliding catch in left field.
Popped up on the infield. Lincoln Keenholz right next to the second base bag will make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired here to open up the top of the third.
Again, we'll watch the scoreboard for you. In Harrisburg, the Tigers lead the Brookings Bobcats 4-0 in the bottom of the third, and also in the bottom of the third, Sioux Falls, Washington, the number 7 seed, has taken a 3-1 lead over the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Here's the first pitch to the number 8 hitter, and Sam Altoff, the DH. That one's missed for ball 1. Altoff did not have an official at-bat in that game against Yankton. Here's the 1-0 pitch upcoming to Altoff. That one will miss low and inside, and is now 2-0. Here the DH. Luke Koser, the center fielder, is on deck. Then we'll go back to the top of the order. Be the same for the Govs in the bottom of the third with 7, 8, 9. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one is right down the middle, and it's now 2-1.
Yeah, and again, right now, with the way that the Governor bullpen is set up, if you can get 3-4 innings out of Brady Getz, and it looks like he certainly has that ability to do that today, you can get 3 or 4 innings out of Brady Getz, and then likely go to Lincoln Keenholz either to finish or bridge into the back end of your bullpen. That could be the success story for the Govs today.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is missed, and it's a 1-out walk. And that'll be the second base runner of the ball game here for Brandon Valley. Bring up Luke Koser, the center fielder. Koser went 1 for 3 with an RBI in that win against Yankton. So we have the first base runner of the third inning. That's the number 8 hitter, and here comes the number 9 hitter. Pickoff attempt, and back diving in safely is Altoff. Here in the top of the third inning with no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley. Winner will go to Sioux Falls to play the Birdcage next Saturday. Another pickoff attempt, and also back in safely again is going to be Althoff.
Trying to keep Althoff close. They don't really, with one out, you probably aren't likely to see a bunt attempt here, but we'll see if Althoff goes in motion early in this at bat.
And with the number 9 hitter, though, you're not really sure. He'll swing in first pitch and foul it back. And it's 0-1. You know, if there's nobody out, you can almost guarantee that they're going to try and drop down a bunt to get the number 1 and number 2 hitters a chance to drive him in. But he does swing it away on the first pitch, and he fouls it off the mask of Gordon, and it's 0-1. Kosher did, have an RBI. One of the 2 guys in the lineup with an RBI from that first game. That one comes inside and is now 1-1 to the number 9 hitter.
And again, if you're the Lynx and you put Althoff in motion and he does get thrown out, Kosher, the number 9 hitter, if the inning ends, you start the next inning with the top of the lineup coming to the plate.
So here is the 1-1 pitch. Runner is off with the pitch. That one's high upstairs. A throw to second. Wiebe made the catch, but he couldn't get the tag down in time. I don't know if even if he does not even hesitate, it's still going to be a stolen base anyway for Althoff, and he is now in scoring position with a 2-1 count.
Yeah, and again, just small ball, walk and a stolen base, and you got a runner in scoring position, and that's kind of how high school baseball works.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a number of times. In the spring, with the weather being what it is and wood bats, you aren't going to see the power game come into play. And so getting runners into scoring position, moving them around, and potentially scoring them with base hits, that's the key to success.
2-2 pitch, they swing and a miss, and there's a big strikeout there from Getz. And that is the second out here in the top of the third. Then I'll bring up Carson Askadal, the pitcher that can help himself out here with a base hit with 2 away, could give Brandon Valley the first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, and right now, so that kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off the infield with 2 outs. You know, everything's likely coming to first base. You don't have to look that runner back to second on any ball that's hit to the left side.
He'll try and push bunt all the way up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit here for Askadal. He bunted his way on base. I don't know if he was trying to do that, but he pushed it all the way past Getz towards the shortstop Keenholz. There's absolutely no chance for Keenholz to make a play on it. An infield single, and that's the first hit of the ball game for Brandon Valley, and his first and third here for Matt Brown.
Yeah, and that's a design play. I mean, you could see that Getz, they saw that Getz falls off towards the first base side, and so Askadal just bunted, and it was a design play where he actually, pushed, you called it right, a push bunt off to the left side of the pitcher's mound, not far enough where Keenholz can make a play at shortstop and past Getz.
First pitch is in the dirt, get blocked there by Gordon. And it's 1-0 here to Matt Brown. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Getz would love another strikeout here. He's got 4 so far in the ball game. But any play to be made would be a good one here to get this Govs team out of the inning. That one is over, and it's now 1-1 to Brown.
And Brady Getz throwing probably more first pitch balls than what you'd like to see. I mean, you'd like to see him establish and get up in the count a little earlier, and he's having to pitch from behind a little bit, doing a nice job of it so far, though.
1-1 pitch. Runner is off with a pitch. It is now 1-2, but it was taken for a strike. So it's now second and third. There was no play on Askadal stealing second. I think he was kind of slowing up to see if there would be a throw to second. So it's now a 1-2 count here. Nobody, no score so far. 1-2 pitch with 2 away. That's upstairs. It's now 2-2. And again with second and third. And 2 down here in the top of the third. Brandon Valley looking to strike first in the scoreless ball game.
Yeah, and Andy Gordon, Governor Ketcher, calls time to go out and have a quick conversation with Getz. I'm wondering if maybe they didn't get their signals crossed up a little bit because Getz throws a high fastball there at 1-2, and Gordon may have been looking for something lower in the zone.
2-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block again by Gordon, and the count is now full. Joe Kolbeck is on deck here with 2 away in the top of the third inning.
Getz has good confidence in that off-speed stuff that he has in his repertoire, and so don't be surprised even at 3-2 if he pulls something out. He's not necessarily straight fastball at 3-2.
Here is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. They got Brown on strikes again, and that retires the side as they dance in a danger in the top of the third inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we head here to the bottom of the third inning, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for the Pierre Governors. John Wicker alongside Greg Dean as Matt Hansen, Jaden Wiebe, and Spencer Lettler will be the first 3 hitters for this Pierre Governor team, trying to get their second base runner. They do have 1 hit so far, 1 hit apiece for both these teams, but there is no score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Hansen in game number 1, he went 0 for 3 with an RBI. He grounded out in that last at-bat to pick up an RBI. As the first pitch will miss low for ball 1 from Askadal to Hansen.
Yeah, and again, really, this is the kind of game, kind of goes back to that Brookings doubleheader where every pitch is important, every at bat is important. I mean, there's nobody who's not really dialed into this game who is here live today. I mean, everybody is just really having a lot of fun watching a couple of really good baseball teams go at it.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Hansen. He'll pop that one up on the right side. Going out is Brown into shallow right field. He'll make the catch, and leadoff man retired. Here to open up the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Jaden Wiebe. Wiebe went 1 for 3 with an RBI single in that ball game against Rapid City Central.
Speaking of that Brookings doubleheader, Jaden Wiebe with the big hit in the bottom of the 6th in game number 1 of that doubleheader has 5 doubles on the year, comes in hitting .258, but none bigger than that 2-run double, 2-run, 2-out double in the bottom of the 6th that turned out to be the winning runs for the Governors.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jaden Wiebe. He'll foul that one back, and it's now 1-1. You know, playoffs, everything's amped up in the playoffs, but those 2 games against Brookings, you could probably go down as the best 2 games of the season in terms of the excitement in the between those games. Those were probably 2 of the best games played for the regular season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's at the knees. It's now 1-2.
Yeah, and Askadal, again, able to work that outside corner, and he's got a little bit of a cutter that just sits on that outside corner, and he's been using it very effectively so far in this game.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Askadal to Jaden Wiebe. He'll pop that one up in foul territory. It'll be the first baseman to take charge, and Carroll will make the catch. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Spencer Lettler.
Yeah, this is, again, a day where one big hit at the right time, one mistake at the wrong time is likely going to be the difference as both pitchers really look like they're dealing on the mound today.
So here's Spencer Lettler, did not play in that first game of this region tournament. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Lettler, though, on the season. As I try and find his numbers here real quick. Well, they're going to go as far away. There you go, 325 batting average with 11 runs driven in. As it's now 1-1 here to Spencer Lettler. One of the few juniors on the team. Well, I guess there's a few juniors. Not a whole lot of juniors, but a few juniors for this Pierre Governor team that will return for 2022. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's upstairs and it's now 2-1.
Yeah, 4 seniors in the starting lineup today for the Governors, 6 underclassmen. 3 juniors, 3 sophomores. So pretty balanced lineup. 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores. Lots of depth, lots of talent coming back next year for the high school team. Future is bright for this green and gray.
Here comes the now 2-2 pitch from Askadal to Lettler. Right-hander delivers, and Lettler will get a piece of it and foul it back to the netting, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. So number 9 hitter, the Governors do have a hit, but it has been the minimum so far for Askadal in the first 2 2/3 innings, as he's looking to retire the side in order for the second straight inning. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Lettler swings, he gets a foul tip into the midst, and it's a strikeout for Askadal. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. 3 full innings in the books. The region championship between Pierre and Brandon Valley. Still looking for our first score of the ball game. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to the top of the 4th inning between Pierre and Brandon Valley, it is going to be 3, 4, and 5. Joel Kolbeck, Nick Hokenstad, and then Tyler Shelsky. As if anybody will reach base, then it will go to Peyton Carroll. Kolbeck, he walked his first trip to the plate, then was picked off to end the top of the 1st inning. The first pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Kolbeck went 1 for 3 against Yankton. Also came in the 7th inning to pick up the save. Wouldn't also put it past that we see him at some point in this game as well, as that one's on the inside edge. It's now 1-1 here to Kolbeck, because he's their best. I mean, he's going to Iowa Western for a reason. It's a good baseball school. He's their best player, and I would not be surprised to see him back on the mound. There's a backhand chance for Keenels in the hole. The throw to first is not in time. Boy, oh boy, was that close. Kolbeck beats it out by half a step. And they lead off infield single. The play by Keenels just to make that close is an impressive one, but the speed of Kolbeck narrowly beats it out, and the leadoff man's aboard here to open up the top of the 4th.
Yeah, again, a ball that Keenels had to go to his right, had to backhand, and kind of threw a little bit off balance, still got a lot behind it, and Kolbeck with good speed just barely beat the play. I mean, from up here, I think if you take a poll of the press box, I think everyone up here would have thought that maybe they would have got him just barely, but John Krogstrand, the first base umpire, looked at it differently.
And, also, he is down there, and we're up here. But that would be one where if you're a Major League Baseball manager, you're saying put the headphones on, and let's talk this one out. Let's get a replay of it. Would have been that was a very close call. There's a bunt attempt from Nick Hokenstad that is fouled away, so the count is now 1-1. Kolbeck again on first base. He's got the second Brandon Valley hit. He's been on base 2 of the 3 times. 2 of the 3 Brandon Valley batters has been on base. Or 4, I guess I should say.
Yeah, and Krokstrand, obviously, like you said, much closer to the play, had a better angle on it, so we're not going to argue with it. We may be looking through a little bit of different colored glasses than what he is.
There's a bunt attempt that will be fielded by Getz. The only play is at first base, and the man is retired in Hokenstad, but the sacrifice is complete, 1-3 on the putout. And it'll bring up the right fielder, Tyler Shelsky, with a runner in scoring position with one down here at the top of the fourth inning. Not too many times do you see the cleanup hitter dropping down a bunt to move the man over to second base. But in this game, as we are hitting the halfway point, both coaches are probably thinking one run could be enough to get a win. Here's the first pitch to Shelsky. That's outside for ball one. Shelsky popped out in foul territory to Andy Gordon, who went up the first base line to make the catch. That was back in the top of the second. 1 on, 1 out, and 1-0 pitch from Getz to Shelsky. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1, waved at it. And it's now a even count and a ball and a strike.
Yeah, really a ball on the outside edge that Shelsky really fanned at. I mean, Getz really had him fooled there with that off-speed pitch.
Here is now the 1-1 pitch from Getz to Shelsky. That one will get through the legs of Andy Gordon to the backstop, so Colbeck will move up to third base. And the go-ahead run is on third with under 2 outs, and that will draw the infield to be all the way in, as Tyler Shelsky has much bigger hole now, or a much easier time if he can get through a hole that will get through for a base hit to give Brandon Valley their first lead and the first lead of the ball game. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Shelsky. He'll fly that out, should be deep enough to get Colbeck home. Rasky will go back. He'll make the catch, and he will nonchalantly throw it back in. No opportunity at all to get Colbeck in, to throw Colbeck out. So there is the first run of the ball game on the RBI sac fly from Tyler Shelsky.
Yep, and again, small ball comes into play. Infield single. You move Colbeck to second, advances to third on the pass ball, and then sacrifice fly, and the Lynx have a run.
And 2 productive outs there, a sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly. And, for Brandon Valley, they're now thinking the way that Askdahl has pitched so far, that might be enough to get the job done. And a 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss by Peyton Carroll, and it's now 1-1. He struck out looking in his first at back. That was in the top of the second inning, that ended the second. Gets from the windup. Here is the 1-1 pitch. That one is popped up in foul territory. Dean will make a chance over near the dugout, makes the catch, and that retires the side here in the top of the fourth inning. The leadoff base hit comes in to score on 2 sacrifice plays. There were no errors and no one left on base. Brandon Valley strikes first in this region championship. They're up 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here to Heights Stadium, the bottom of the fourth inning, it is a 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean.
Yeah, and checking in on other scores, Harrisburg has extended the lead against the Brookings Bobcats now in the bottom of the fourth. Harrisburg leads that game 10-0. In the other game, Sioux Falls, Washington in the bottom of the fourth leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 4-1.
Here's the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Lincoln Keenels. The leadoff hitter in the order as well. First pitch is outside for ball one. Keenholz, he got a base hit. He was retired on the double play. That was turned to end the bottom of the first inning. Govs had a promise to get that leadoff man on base. Since then, they have not had another base runner. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Keenholz. He'll swing and miss, and it's now 1-1.
Yeah, and again, you just got to get something started. You talk about, forest fires start with a spark. I mean, that's just what the Governors need, is just somebody to get something going and just break through here.
1-1 pitch is outside, and it's now 2-1 here to Keenholz. We'll see if maybe he's the next guy or he'll be the first guy in relief for the Governors. I guess it'll depend on the situation, on if you bring him in and what you might do to move guys around. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's outside, and it's now 3-1. Bennett Dean's another guy that could be the first one in relief, or we could see Keenholz and then Dean in the 7th inning. There's plenty of options, and of course, the Govs not having to use too many pitchers in that first game gives them even more options. 3-1 pitch is upstairs, so there's a leadoff walk. The first walk issued by Askdahl, and it's put Keenholz on for the second time in as many trips to the plate, and it'll bring up McGuire Raskey.
First time Keenholz reached base, the Governors did not look to sacrifice and try to move him over with a bunt from Raskey. We'll see if that changes here the second time up, now that the Govs are down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Third baseman Hokenstad, well, actually they said that he was reading your mind with it, or at least the coaching staff for Brandon Valley is reading your mind, but then you look down at McGuire Raskey, who was showing bunt very, very early. So we'll see if maybe then he'll show bunt, pull it back, and try and slash his way on base. Raskey showing bunt. He tried to pull it down. The throw back to first base, and Keenholz barely dives back in safely. It missed for ball 1. He got a little bit too far off first base. Well, I guess he didn't get too far off first base because he got there back in time. Nearly got too far off first.
Yeah, and actually, again, Skorchewski made a nice play. Ball comes in low and inside to Raskey, pulls Skorchewski off to the first base side. He's got a clear path to throw and try to backpick Keenholz. Keenholz just gets back in time.
So here's now the 1-0 pitch. Raskey will drop down the bunt, and it'll be foul. And it's now 1-1. This is a big, it's bunting isn't as easy as you might think, but it's the most frustrating thing when you can't get the bunt down. You just try and put that, guide the bat, bounce it off the ball, and get a good sacrifice to get Keenholz over to second base and bring up 3 and 4 to try and tie the ball game up. Raskey again showing bunt as Askdahl will come set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That was upstairs and outside, and it's now 2-1.
Yeah, and sometimes by showing early, you kind of start playing some mental games with the pitcher, and that time with Askdahl, you try to make, as a pitcher, you try to make the batter hit something or bunt something up in the zone, so maybe he get a chance to pop it up.
That was a bunt down the first base line. It'll be fielded by Askdahl. The throw to first is in time. The sacrifice is complete for McGuire Raskey, as Keenholz is now at second base here with one down in the bottom of the 4th inning. First time the Govs have a runner on second here in the ball game.
Yeah, and now a base hit potentially ties the game up. Keenholz good speed at second base. Again, you just never know what's going to happen, but with one out, you got to make sure that the ball is down. He's not going to get that jump on contact that he would with 2 down. So, again, your hitters, Dean and Gordon 3, Dean 4, they're in the middle of the lineup for a reason. Gordon, even though he's hitting under 300 for the year, leads the team in RBIs. Clutch hitter, seasoned veteran. He's the guy you want in this spot.
First pitch to Gordon. He'll sky that one foul, or line that one foul. And it's now 0-1 here to the catcher in this ball game, in this region championship ball game, as Skorchewski will make his way out to talk with Askdahl. Again, O'Gorman, they advanced to beat Lincoln 7-2 in the Region 1 championship. Roosevelt, Washington playing right now in the Region 2 championship. Harrisburg has that big lead on Brookings in the Region 3 and the Region 4 championship. As here in Region 3, it's Brandon Valley leading 1-0 over Pierre in the bottom of the 4th inning. An 0-1 count here to Gordon as Skorchewski will make his way back behind home plate. Lincoln Keenholz is on at second here with one down in the bottom of the 4th. Askdahl will get the sign. He'll come set and deliver the 0-1 pitch here to the catcher, Gordon. Long pause. Couple checks of Keenholz. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled back, and it's now 0-2.
Yeah, and again, just you got a lot of things going through both Askdahl's mind out on the mound, a lot of things going through Andy Gordon's mind on at the plate. Just got to calm yourself and just be mentally solid right now for Andy Gordon. Probably choking up a little bit at 0-2. Just try to put something in play right here.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Gordon. Outside, and it's now 1-2. Good take there by Gordon. A good pitch there by Askdahl trying to get Gordon to chase.
Yeah, and again, that could be kind of a challenge. I mean, at 0-2, you probably are looking for something off the plate, so you don't really want to chase. But it's also a good time for a pitcher to come in with a strike, just because you aren't really looking for that at 0-2.
Here's now the 1-2 pitch to Gordon. Another couple checks of Keenol's. That one is taken for strike 3, and the fastball by Gordon. I think he was looking for something else and couldn't pull the trigger. So there's now 2 down, and then I'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Bennett Dean, trying to drive in. Keenol's a base hit now will surely drive in that runner. Keenol's over at second base. Time is called now. Joe Colbeck will go talk with his pitcher, Askdahl. We've got 2 finals now in the region championships. Harrisburg beat Brookings 10-0. So it's O'Gorman and Harrisburg in the first semifinal. That will be next Saturday at the Birdcage. And now the 2 games left. The 2 winners will meet at 2 o'clock in the second game. Roosevelt, Washington, and Pierre, Brandon Valley here at Hyde Stadium. With a runner on second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Brandon Valley leads 1-0. The first pitch from Askdahl to Dean. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 here to Bennett Dean.
Yeah, and you hate to say that an at-bat in the bottom of the 4th inning is a big at-bat, but in a 1-0 game, the way these pitchers are dealing, this could well be one of the biggest at-bats we've seen in this game, at least so far.
Here comes now the 0-1 pitch to Dean. Comes inside and is now 1-1. Dean flew out to the left fielder in his first at-bat. It was all the way back in the bottom of the second inning. Askdahl has faced the minimum through 3 innings. And now, barring Keenol's being picked off somewhere, he will not face the minimum in this ball game. He's given up just 1 hit so far to Pierre. That was to Keenol's to open up the bottom of the 1st. Dean will pop it up, left side. It's in foul territory, long run, and not going to get there is the third baseman, Hokenstad, as it falls. Ryder was on his horse as well as Colbeck, and it landed well foul, so the count is now 1-2 here to Bennett Dean. And he's going to find a way to protect and put the ball in play.
Yep, just gotta try to barrel one up right here and try to, again, be a little defensive here at 1-2. You don't want to give in everything right now, and you want to expand the strike zone a little bit, and because you got to be a little bit defensive and try to win this battle any way you can against Carson Askdahl.
Keenol's will take his lead at second base. 1-2 is the count here to Dean. Big hole over there on the left side for Dean. Here's now the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, Brown. The throw to first, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So the leadoff walk is stranded at second base. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. 4 complete here at Hyde Stadium. 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today is KCCR and today is KCCR.com.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it. If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone. If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it. But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone. Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently? There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you. When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope, you have everything.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the 5th inning. as it is a 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley. Austin Ryder, Sam Altoff, and Luke Kosher, the first three hitters. If he reaches base, it'll go back to Carson Axtell here in the top of the fifth inning. I think Bennett Dean, I think he's got to get a new glove. I don't know if something happened to the webbing of his glove, but he went back to the dugout. And so they're waiting on Dean to return to before we get this top of the fifth inning started. You know, that happened to me one time where I was, throwing the infield grounders in between innings. Ball came to me. Felt like it hit the middle of the glove. The ball dropped to the ground. I thought, well, that was weird. So I threw in another one. Came back to me, hit the glove, popped out of the glove again. And so are you going to catch the ball or not? And I looked down. Oh, there's a big hole in my glove. There actually was a hole in my glove. That's the reason why I wasn't catching it. First pitch is over for strike one to Austin Ryder.
So that brings up a point. What I was thinking about this earlier. What is your favorite baseball memory of your playing days or even your broadcasting days?
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now 1-1. That's a tough call. There's a lot of fun memories of playing baseball, but also prior to today, a lot of fun calling baseball games too. 1-1 pitch. That one's popped foul. This might be my favorite memory, and I just missed it. And it's now 1-2. How about if I would have made that catch?
You were 3 feet away. It was 3 feet away.
I need to have this window open. I would have made the catch. The other window open. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's upstairs, and it's now 2-2. How crazy would that have been if I made the catch and I say,
what's my favorite memory?
This
right
one.
Now.
Oh, that foul ball is so close. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now full count 3-2. Oh, that couldn't have timed perfectly for that. Oh, now I got to rethink about everything again. My mind went blank there for a second, thinking the ball was coming to me.
Refocus.
Man, oh man.
Tunnel vision, John. Tunnel vision.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Austin Ryder. That one's fouled out of play, and we'll do it again at 3-2. I called a sectional game back in Missouri in the first couple of games. It was a perfect game to the seventh inning for the other team. They had a leadoff single. He stole second, and then the throw as that one, a 3-2 pitch, diving play by Keenels, but he can't make the play as it goes into left field for a leadoff single for Austin Ryder. And that'll bring up Sam Altoff here with nobody out and the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the fifth inning. But they had an infield single to break up the perfect game in the bottom. It was the bottom of the seventh, and then they stole second. The throw got to center field. The kid took third base, and as the throw came to the third baseman, it got away, and they came in to score with just one hit and 2 errors in the ball game.
Wow.
I think they had 2 guys come to the plate in the bottom of the seventh, and he was that close to a perfect game. It was still 0-0 at the time, but he was that close to a 7-inning perfect game. And the team that I was broadcasting for ended up winning the ball game, which was just a lot of fun because those two teams were real good. It was a lot of fun to call that one. There's a lot of other good memories, so that's the one that really kind of sticks out because that was the first couple baseball games I got to do.
Okay.
So now it's going to be your turn here in just a second. Dirk Campbell came to the mound to have a mound visit, but Brady Gett's still out there. Sam Altoff, the DH, first pitch to him, showing butt. He offers at it, and it's taken for strike one.
Probably one of the things that stands out for me was broadcasting with one of your predecessors. I think it was Dan Hoblick. We were doing a region tournament game here at Heights Stadium against Sturgis, and it was a game where it was just kind of like this one, and Sturgis kind of had the Govs back on their heels. It would have been back in about 2015 or so, and Sturgis actually had runners on first and second, and it was it was either first and second or second and third. I can't remember exactly the situation, but line drive to Connor Gerber at shortstop, got the guy at second, and then they backpicked the guy at third for a triple play and just turned the whole momentum of that game right around.
Wow, a triple play. That's a good one. Counts 1-2 here to Sam Altoff. He tried to bunt it. He bunted a foul again. 1-2 pitch will go the other way with it and foul it out.
Oh.
And that kid make a catch over here?
Yes, he did. I don't think he knows he made it yet. He's the shocked look on his face is just priceless. And now he's being mobbed by all his buddies.
Yeah, if I'm that kid, I don't turn that in for $1. I go ahead and put that into a casing here. Counts now 1-2. As Altoff, the Gets will deliver the next 1-2 pitch to Altoff. After a long pause, runner takes off, swing and a miss, a throw to second, and the runner got in front of the throw, and they're going to say no, that he was stayed in his batter's box, so the runner is safe at second. And there's now one down here in the top of the 5th inning as Ryder will steal second base.
Yeah, and again, Lynx playing small ball, base hit, now a steal of second, and again they've got a runner in scoring position with one out, and we'll see if they can replicate what they did in the 4th inning.
Here's Luke Kosher, who had an RBI in the game against Yankton, as Getz will fake a pickoff throw. Kosher struck out swinging in his first at bat. Top of the order is up next with Axtell, then Brown. Here's the first pitch. The curveball is over for strike one. Gordon, as soon as he threw the ball, the strikeout of Altoff, the momentum, Gordon thought brought him in front of the plate, but the umpire said that he did not cross. The bat obviously across the plate, but he did not cross the plate. Here's a bunt attempt. Hansen will have a long charge. The throw to first is a good one. He got him out at first base. There's now 2 down, but there's a runner at third base, as that'll bring up the top of the order here for Askdahl.
Yeah, interesting play to have your number 9 hitter bunt with 2 outs, trying to get the runner over to third base. It says a couple of things. I mean, they are trying to play the percentages as much as you can, looking for a way that, a bobble, an error, or something that a pass ball, maybe Shelsky is able to score from, or Ryder, is able to score from third base in a little bit of an unconventional way, but also says that they've got a lot of confidence in Askdahl, their leadoff hitter, to try to bring him around.
Counts 1-0 here to Carson Askdahl. The 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1.
True case here where a pitcher can help himself. Brandon Valley Lynx leading 1-0 here in the top of the 5th. Askdahl looks like he's cruising on the mound. We'll see if base hit here would put them up 2-0.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. And Brandon Valley now leads 2-0 on the RBI single from Carson Askdahl.
Yep, and just a ball, not real hard hit, just right through the hole, just to the left of Hansen and to the right of Keenholz, and that's all you need to do. Just put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and the Lynx have scored run number 2 on the day.
So now to bring up Matt Brown. That's the second hit of the inning. First time that Brandon Valley's got multiple hits in an inning. They got 4 so far in the ball game. As Getz will have to continue to work from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Brown. That one's fouled back, and it's 0-1. Brown is so far 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Both times he's went down swinging. With a 4-1 lead here a 4-1 in hits in favor of Brandon Valley, but a 2-0 lead for the Lynx over Pierre. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's popped up. That one's foul. Is it going to stay in play for Gordon Ordine to make a chance? And it will stay in play, but Gordon came sliding in. Tough play for either one to make, and it's now 0-2.
Yeah, right up against the railing, just right beside the Governor dugout, and Gordon did the right thing, slid in the agri line, trying to make a very athletic play, and just came up just a bit short.
So now here is the 0-2 pitch. Runner takes off. That one will bounce, so it's going to get all the way towards the backstop, and taking third base on it will be Askdahl. So he's on at third base after he stole second, but the ball got away from Gordon, and it's now a runner on third. And a base hit would make it 3-0. Count is still 1-2, though, in favor of Getz.
Yeah, good pitch to steal on at 0-2. You're looking for probably something out of the zone, something that an off-speed pitch of some kind, and just got away from Gordon, went to the backstop.
Swing and a miss by Brown, and that will retire the side as he will have the hat trick and strikeouts here through the 5th inning. Run scores for Brandon Valley on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Pierre now trails Brandon Valley 2-0. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard. A combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre. Or give them a call, 224-5546.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wegner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wegner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WegnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wegner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WegnerAuto.com or stop by Wegner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it is a 2-0 lead for Brandon Valley. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean. As just one other game going on right now. Greg, do you have a score update between Roosevelt and Washington?
Yeah, give me just a second to get there.
Probably should have told you that during the commercial break that we were going to do it.
Top of the 6th, Sioux Falls, Washington leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 5-1.
Washington over Roosevelt.
Washington over Roosevelt,
okay.
Yes.
So far, out of the 2 games that are completed, and actually of the 4 games that are taking place in the region championship, only Harrisburg is the only team in the lead or has won. That is the host team. O'Gorman beat Lincoln in the 8-1. Washington the 7 over Roosevelt the 2. Of course, they're both playing in Harmon, so that's not really that much of a upset in terms of travel. But Harrisburg won at home over Brookings.
And if this score stays as it is, that means that Harrisburg at the number 4 would be the top-seeded team to go into the state tournament next weekend.
First pitch misses to Jakey Mayer, who struck out looking at his first at-bat. It'll be Mayer, Jack Merkwan, and Matt Hansen. It is 5, 6, and 7 for the Governors here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wanting to hope at least scratch and find a way to score one of these 2 runs, get one of these 2 runs back in this bottom of the 5th inning. Just the second time through the order for the Governors with 5, 6, and 7. As that 1-0 pitch is upstairs and is now 2-0. Elliott Life was warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. Now Lincoln Keenels will make his way out to warm up. As Coach Jeremy Van Heel will make his way out. The assistant coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx will make his way out to talk with this pitcher, Askdahl.
I'm not sure what's going on here because right before that pitch, Askdahl kind of made a motion with his arm. I thought he was signaling something to the third baseman, and then threw another pitch that was a ball, and then immediately the pitching coach comes out of the dugout to have a conversation with him. So I don't know if this is just a mechanical deal, or maybe he felt a twinge, or because it's really not a strategy session with as Mayer is the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So kind of wonder maybe what's going on here. We'll see what happens.
So the count is now 2-0 to Jakey Mayer to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one will miss, and it's now 3-0.
No action after that conference on the mound. Brandon Valley did not send anybody down to the bullpen. So if Askdahl ends up having to come out of this game, it will likely be a position player that will come to the hill.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's over for strike 1, and the count's now 3-1. Askdahl has just 1 walk. He's allowed just 2 base runners. Both of them have been Keenels that has gotten on base, and a single and a walk so far. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And that one will be off the bats of Mayer. So the count's now 3-2. That one might have been upstairs. It would have been ball 4, but the check swing got off of his bat. So the count's now full here to Mayer.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that probably would have been ball 4 had he not check swinged into a foul ball.
So now here comes a payoff pitch from Carson Axtell to Jakey Mayer, the lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. He'll come set. He's working for the stretch with nobody on base. 3-2 pitch is outside, and there is a leadoff walk, and the Governors have a runner on to open up the bottom of the 5th inning for Jack Merquan, who struck out looking his first at-bat. Merquan still 3 for 4 here today with the double, single, and triple in that order with 4 runs driven in the win against Rapid City Central. Here comes the first pitch. Merquan showing bunts it down the first base line, and it will be picked up foul. As Askell was kind of nonchalant picking up that ball because, and maybe he saw the spin knowing it wasn't going to go all the way back into fair territory, but nearing that line, you never really know when it might hit that pebble and end up going fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of spike marks going down that first base line, and you get a ball that's got a little spin and hits one of those spike marks, all of a sudden it kicks back into fair territory, and you find yourself with runners on first and second and nobody out.
So here is now the 0-1 pitch. Merquan showing bunt again. He will bunt that down the first base line another time, and the throw to first is going to be in time, so the sacrifice is complete from Merquan. And there is now a runner at second base in Mayer, and that'll bring up Matt Hansen, 7, 8, 9 now here for the Governors with 1 down.
Yeah, and Askell's done a nice job so far, really keeping these Governor hitters off balance. Just the one hit on the board for the green and gray so far. He's not real overpowering. He doesn't come at you with that 85+ mile an hour fastball, but very good control. He's got a second and a third pitch that really is keeping the Governor hitters on their heels right now.
Matt Hansen so far, he popped out the second baseman in his first at-bat. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner on second, that is Mayer. Here's the first pitch from Askell to Hansen. That one is on the outside edge. Hansen couldn't pull the trigger, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, probably a pitch that probably was not going to be hittable. Just a curveball in the outside corner, and that's where you just tip your cap to the pitcher and just say, okay, that's your pitch. You tend to get 1, maybe 2 pitches at bat, and so he gives that one to Askell.
The 0-1 is missed low, and it's now 1-1 to Hansen. Hansen went 0 for 3 with an RBI in that game against Rapid City Central earlier today. As you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, that started about 6 hours ago. Did that game against Rapid City Central. Feels like it's a lifetime ago. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Hansen. He'll pop that one up. That's going to get over the third baseman's head. That's down for a base hit. Mayer's going to round third. He's going to come in and score. An RBI single for Matt Hansen. And the Governors are on the board here in the bottom of the 5th with the RBI single.
Yeah, just a flare right over the head of Hockenstad at third base. You don't have to hit him hard. You don't have to him long to be effective, and that's exactly the case with Matt Hansen. Just was able to flare one right over Hockenstad's head, just beyond the skin of the infield, and a long run for Ryder from the left fielder to come in and try to get to the ball. And so Jake Mayer able to score easily from second base, and now the Governors got a little momentum here in the bottom of the 5th.
There's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by Hockenstad at third. The throw to second for 1, back to first is in time, and a double play quickly ends the inning. The momentum was there, and it's taken away as a 5-4-3 double play ends the bottom of the 5th. 1 run scores, though, on a 1 hit in the inning. No errors and no one left on base. The Govs get that run back, but they still trail 2-1 as we head to the 6th inning. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today is KCCR, and today is KCCR.com.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today. 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds and Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, it is the 2-1 ball game in the top of the 6th, and a new man on the mound for the Pierre Governors. That is Elliott Life, as he will make his way to face 3, 4, and 5 against Brandon Valley. And talk about coming in and facing the best hitters right away. 3, 4, and 5 are the order for Brandon Valley. Due up in the top of the 6th inning, and Elliott Life's going to try and keep this a 2-1 deficit, with the Governors having 9, 1, and 2 up to the plate. Joe Kolbeck will lead things off, Nick Hokenstad, and then Tyler Shelsky, the first 3 hitters. Kolbeck has been on base both times. He walked and also got a base hit. First pitch is over for strike 1. And I bet you Elliott Life will give him a dose of a lot of off-speed pitches here from the number 3 hitter, Joe Kolbeck. 0-1 pitch. That one is grounded to the first baseman, Dean. He will field step on the bag, and the leadoff man is retired to open up the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, just a curveball from Life that really handcuffed Kolbeck, and just kind of a check swing that he just kind of cue balled right down the first base line to Bennett Dean. Just an easy play, and the Governors have 1 out here in the top of the 6th. We'll close the book on Brady Getz for the day. He goes 5 innings, allows 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. 83 pitches on the day for Brady Getz, 49 for strikes, faced 20 batters on the day. So a good outing for Getz. Did exactly what you are asking for out of your starting pitcher. He's leaving, although he's leaving with the Governors trailing, he is leaving and giving his team a chance to win.
0-1 pitch to Oakenstad is a swing and a miss, and is now 0-2. As we do have some action down the bullpen. Is that Kolbeck that's making ways down there?
It is Kolbeck.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-2. Now Kolbeck now getting loose. Axtell will see if he comes out to start the 6th inning or how quickly they go to Kolbeck if they start the 6th inning with Kolbeck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's outside and is now 2-2. Elliott Life, for the season, 2.38 ERA, 1.22 whip. His last couple outings have been very good for this Pierre Governor team. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled at the plate, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. He was roughed up a little bit, kind of struggled to find his groove at the beginning of the season. And then, that ERA was up there, but as we kind of talk about, when your innings continue to improve and you get a couple zeros, that ERA dips down pretty quick. As there's a ground ball to Hansen over at third base, he'll gobble it up, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And then I'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Tyler Shelsky, with nobody on base and 2 away.
Yeah, and since the 1st of May, Elliott Life may be one of the top 3 or 4 pitchers in this Governor lineup right now. He has come on and put together a couple of really solid outings, most notably last weekend against Sioux Falls Lincoln, where he came on after McGuire Rasky started through the first 2 batters, and then Life comes on and throws 6 scoreless innings and keeps the Govs in that game.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and is now 0-2. Here to Tyler Shelsky, who had the RBI, sac fly RBI that gave Brandon Valley that 1-0 lead. He's 0 for 1 with that RBI. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Life to Shelsky. Swing and a miss. He gets away from Gordon. He's got to make a quick strike over to first base. It's a low one, and it will be not fielded cleanly by Dean. I think it's going to be safe anyway, would be Shelsky. But it kind of worked out in favor as we'll have time called. Shelsky is a little bit banged up, and I think a lot of the dugout, everybody was saying that he never touched first base. So Elliott Life will get credit for the strikeout, but it'll be a wild pitch that'll allow Shelsky to be on base here with 2 away. And that one, that hurts a little bit that you couldn't get Shelsky out after the strikeout to allow this inning to continue with now Peyton Carroll to the plate. First pitch is popped up, out of play, foul on the right side, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and you could just kind of feel the momentum building. If you could have recorded that strikeout, I mean, this crowd would have really amped up right there. We'll see if they can get Carroll here and get this crowd back in the game right now.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Life to Carroll. Upstairs, and it's now 1-1. Austin Ryder would be on deck. He came around to score on the base hit from Askell that made it 2-0 for Brandon Valley. It's a 2-1 score here in the top of the 6th inning. Brandon Valley leads by 1. Winner to Sioux Falls next Saturday to take on the winner of Washington and Roosevelt. Washington, the 7 seed, was up on the 2 seed Roosevelt. Pickoff attempt and back in safely. Standing up is Shelsky. 4 hits for Brandon Valley, 2 so far for Pierre. 2-1 is their score. Colbeck loosening up in the bullpen out in left field for Brandon Valley. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will bounce in the dirt. Runner takes off for second. The throw is not in time. And a stolen base for Shelsky. And now he is in scoring position here with the count 2-1 to Peyton Carroll, the first baseman. 0 for 2 so far is Carroll. Struck out looking in the second. Popped out to Dean in the 4th. Here is now the 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled back. And we will do it again, or we will now have a 2-2 pitch upcoming. That insurance run is on at second base after a strikeout from Life, but he still reached first base on a drop third strike. Now he's on at second. 2-2 pitch. Comes inside and nearly hits Carroll, and the count's now full at 3-2.
And much like Isaac Pollock earlier in the day, I mean, Elliott Life is going to he's going to be around the plate, but he's going to really change speed. He's really going to live on that curveball.
That was underneath the glove. Diving play by Keenels to keep it in the infield. So it's first and third on the infield single. That's a big play. You might want to circle that infield single for Peyton Carroll, because if Keenels does not make that play, there's probably a 3-1 ball game. Lettler's got a long run to come in and grab it and throw it home to try and get Shelsky out at the plate. So it's now first and third here with 2 away, and they'll bring up Austin Ryder, who is 1 for 2.
And as good as Spencer Lettler is out in left field, we've seen him make a couple of outfield assists already this year. Shelsky would have had a full head of steam off on contact with 2 outs. Lettler had a long way to come. I really doubt that there would have been able to be a play at the plate.
As now here is Austin Ryder. Again, 1 for 2 so far. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1.
When I was talking about Elliott Life a little bit ago and just talking about the way that he changes speeds, he also has a pretty good fastball. I mean, he's got above average velocity, and so he really mixes speeds really well.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's popped foul and out of play. Counts now 1-1.
In addition to being that left-handed delivery coming out of that, he comes out of more of that high 3/4 arm slot, and so just really gives you a different look than what the Brandon Valley hitters were getting from Brady Getz earlier in the game.
Here's now the 1-1 pitch. That one will miss low. Good pitch there from Life. Good take there from Ryder. That counts now at 2-1 as the runner will take second base. So it's now second and third here with 2 away. A free base over at first, or I shouldn't say a free base, an open base over at first base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will miss low and is now 3-1. Sam Altoff is on deck. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Hitters count here 3-1. The pitch to Ryder. Popped up on the right side. Wiebe will go out. Mayer coming in. And it's going to be Mayer to make the catch, and that retires the side. And tiptoeing out of danger again are the Pierre Governors. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Governors still trail Brandon Valley 2-1. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
As we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, it is a 2-1 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre, as it will be 9-1-2. Spencer Lettler, Lincoln Kenols, McGuire Raskey. Asphodel with only 61 pitches through those 5 innings. And the Governors, after scoring that first run in the bottom of the fifth inning, trying to tie this ball game up with at least a run, if not take the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. And then we will see who comes out for that seventh inning. That even if it's tied, there's all 3 situations. If it's still 2-1, if Elliott Life comes back out, or who this pitcher is, or if it's tied, or the Governors have the lead. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Lettler. He'll go the other way, nearly taking out Coach Kruger over at third base. He's still got the moves over there, and it's 0-1. He'll feel that one tomorrow, though. Well, whether it hit him or not, he's gonna feel it tomorrow.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty athletic play just to get out of the way of that ball.
So the count is 0-1 here to Spencer Lettler, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. It'll be the third time through the order once Lettler finishes his plate appearance. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Colbeck will scoop it up. The throw to first is going to be in time. The leadoff man is retired here to open up the bottom of the sixth inning. And we're now back to the top of the order for the Pierre Governors, as Lincoln Kenols, who is 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk, will come to the plate. He's got one of the 2 Pierre Governor hits so far. Hanson has the RBI single as the only other hits for Pierre.
Yeah, and we talked in the open that this was going to be, certainly had the potential to be a 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 kind of game, and through 5.5, that's exactly what we got. We got 2-1 right now, and the Governors got 5 outs, but they got to find a way to put at least 1 across the board. 2 would be better.
Here's the first pitch to Kenols. That one will get to the backstop, as it's 1-0 here to the shortstop. So Kenols, Raskey, and if any of the 2 get on base, Andy Gordon would come to the plate. Now this is with the top of the order. This is where you want to tie the ball game or take the lead. Not that the bottom of the order can't get the job done, but this is why you put these guys in the top of the order, to manufacture some runs. For the 1-0 pitch is a grounder to the right side, fielded by Matt Brown. The throw to first is off line, and a tag applied. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth, and that'll bring up McGuire Raskey.
See if the Governors can do what they did in the first inning against Rapid City Central, which is create some kind of a 2-out rally, 2-out nobody on rally. They ended up pleading 3 in the first inning against Rapid City Central, but we'll see if McGuire Raskey can get things going here in the bottom of the sixth.
Raskey is 0 for 1 so far. He had a sacrifice bunt in his second plate appearance. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Raskey.
Raskey leads the team in walks with 15 coming into the day. And so any way that number 14 can get on base will be huge for the Governors right now.
1-0 pitch. There's a way to get on base. He got hit in the leg. So 2 outs. There is a runner on base for Andy Gordon now. As Raskey, he might lead the team in being hit by a pitch as well. As let's see, for Raskey, that is the 6th time he's been hit by a pitch. That does lead the team. The only other, Andy Gordon's got hit by a pitch 5 times. So it is now Andy Gordon to the plate with a runner on first base with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Somewhere in the gap, the speed of Raskey could tie the ball game up. First pitch. That one will bounce in the dirt. Raskey's going to take second base, so now a base hit could tie the ball game up. Don't have to find a gap anywhere. Just put a ball in play and get a base hit somewhere, and we can find ourselves in a 2-2 ball game. Counts 1-0 to Gordon.
And again, those 2-out base runners, those are the ones that can come back to haunt you. We talked about 2-out walks. 2-out hit by pitch is almost exactly the same thing, and so now the Govs have a runner in scoring position with your top RBI guy at the plate.
Here comes now the 1-0 pitch from Asphodel to Gordon. He'll swing and float it towards right field, but right there is the right fielder, Shelsky. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. Governors are looking to keep this a 2-1 deficit. They trail after no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base in the 6th. As we head to the 7th inning, Pierre Governors, they trailed Brandon Valley 2-1. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
It is the top of the seventh inning. Don't want to get ahead of myself here. Top of the seventh as the Governors in Brandon Valley playing here at Hyatt Stadium. 2-1 is their score. Brandon Valley leads by 1. They scored 1 in the 4th and 1 the 5th. The Governors got 1 back in that bottom of the 5th inning, but it is a 2-1 lead as it'll be 8, 9, and 1. Sam Altoff, Luke Kosher, and Carson Axtall will be the first 3 hitters. And Greg, as we get closer to the 7th inning, and of course it'll probably be played here by the how the top of the 7th goes, if Joe Colbeck will be coming in to try and close it out for the Brandon Valley. He was warming up back in the top of the 6th. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take the mound in the 7th. First pitch to Altoff will bounce in. It's 1-0 here from Elliott Life to Sam Altoff.
Yeah, and I think it will be up to Coach Jeremy Van Heel from Brandon about how he wants to play this. Certainly it's not a pitch count issue for Astall. He's only hanging around that 70 pitch mark right now, so he should not be tired. But do you bring Colbeck in to try to save the game with a clean slate to start the inning clean, or do you ride Astall and potentially have to bring Colbeck in after there's a base runner on base?
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Altoff. That one is over for strike one, and it's now 2-1.
Quick score update in region number 2 in the top of the 7th. Sioux Falls, Washington, the 7 seed, leads the number 2 seed, Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, 7-4.
We've already seen one upset with O'Gorman beating Lincoln. Harrisburg right now, with scores hold out, would be the highest seed in the state Final Four next Saturday. That one's going to be foul. That one would have been a perfect one for me to catch, but it was just a little bit too far to the left.
Just to the left. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. So close. Still so close. Counts now full at 3-2. And here comes the 3-2 pitch from Elliott Live to Sam Altoff. That one is just a bit upstairs in the leadoff walk. And with the arms that you have, and of course Elliott Life has worked his way to definitely be in the spot. But we are going to have a pitching change. And it looks like maybe Lincoln Keenels will be coming in to pitch, which means Jakey Mayer will go to third base, and Matt Hansen will go to short because Jack Merquan's on his way out to right field. So Lincoln Keenels will come in to pitch. I was just about ready to say that he has definitely earned his right to be out there, but with the arms that you have in Lincoln Keenels and Bennett Dean, how long do you let him go out in the 7th inning with the base runner on, and how much leash do you give him? Well, the answer was leadoff man got on base, so they're going to go now to Lincoln Keenels to try and try and keep this a 2-1 game going to the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to the confidence that the coaching staff had in Elliott Life. Handed him the ball here in this 2-1 ball game. He goes out and throws an inning plus for the Governors. Throws very well, and again just continues to build on the momentum that he has as he entered the month of May. And so even though he gives up that leadoff walk, this is I think a testament to the fact that the Governor pitching staff had a lot of confidence in him and in putting him in a very high leverage situation in this region championship game.
And now I'll also say too the faith, because it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, and maybe you go to Bennett Dean. Maybe there wasn't a whole lot of discussion to say Keenels is going to come in next, and then we'll go to Dean after that. But because you had Merkwan in the batting order, the DH, you didn't want to take his bat out, and so you put him out in right field, and that also, because Merkwan's probably not going to play first base, you probably had Jackson Edmond come in and play first base. Well, you wanted Merkwan to stay in the batting order, so you say, okay, that's an easy decision now. Put Keenholz on the mound because you can move Mayer over to third, Hansen to short, and put Merkwan out in right, which is exactly what they did. That way your batting order does not change, and you keep Merkwan in to hit third going into the bottom of the seventh inning. So,
and the other thing that is of value here is that, the value of Jake Mayer as a utility player. You move him from right field into play third base. I mean, that can be a little bit of a tough transition for some kids, and Jake does it seamlessly.
So here's the first pitch. Kosher will drop down a bunt. He'll test Mayer over at third base. The throw to first is not in time. It's first and seconds here to open up the top of the seventh inning. An infield single for Kosher. And now it's first and second, nobody out for the top of the order in Carson Axtell. And with a 2-1 lead, do you try and bunt with your guy that's 2 for 3 and move two guys in scoring position for Matt Brown and Joel Kolbeck to try and drive him in, or do you say let's try and get a base hit here with their with our number one guy?
No, I think this is a definite bunting situation right here.
So here is the first pitch. They're going to try and bunt, and he bunts it foul, does Axtell, as he didn't get the bat out in front of the plate and quick enough.
And remember, one of those hits was kind of that push bunt that was able to get past Brady Getz on the mound. So Astall is certainly can handle the bat well in a bunting kind of situation, which this is.
So now here is the 0-1 pitch, and dropping down the bunt again. Dean will come in, but it's going to be fielded by Keenholz. He'll throw to third. They got him over at third base. What a play there by Keenholz to throw him out of third. And there's one down here in the top of the seventh. Boy, oh boy, was that a huge play. It's a high-risk play. But there's now one down here in the top of the seventh, and Coach Jeremy Van Heel will come out and talk with the umpire over on the field, over by second base, to ask him maybe for some help around home plate. But I don't think there's really a chance to ask for some help over at behind home plate because he was basically in the same line of vision as the home plate umpire, so there's now one down, so there's going to be a fielder's choice for Askdahl, as they do have a courtesy runner for him, but it's still first and second here with one down. And here's the number 2 hitter, Matt Brown. The first pitch is upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, like you said, high risk, high reward kind of play, and Lincoln Keenholz, good velocity on that throw to third base, and Jake Mayer used every inch of his 5'10" frame to snag that ball.
The 1-0 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-0. So now a ground ball can get you out of this inning. With runners at first and second here in the top of the seventh. 2-1 lead here for Brandon Valley. Here comes a 2-0 pitch from Keenholz to Brown. Swing and a miss. Brown was well behind that fastball. And Brown is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I know there's already one down, and you don't really want to put 2 outs and runners at second and third, but the way he has swung the bat as Brown, you almost want him to maybe try and sacrifice bunt to try to get 2 guys in scoring position for Kolbeck.
And again, a different look here from Lincoln Keenholz. Elliott Life will mix and change speeds a lot. You're going to see a lot of heat, a lot of velocity from Lincoln Keenholz.
2-2 pitch. There's a line shot off the glove of Jake Mayer and into left field for a base hit. Spencer Lettler will bobble the ball. The run's going to come in to score, so it's now a 3-1 lead for Brandon Valley.
Yeah, just a rope down the third base line, and unfortunately Jake Mayer, made every bit of that play other than just couldn't quite extend high enough to get all of his glove around that ball, and it just goes off the top of his glove into left field, and Brandon Valley has bought themselves an insurance run here and pushed the lead out to 3-1 in the top of the seventh.
And Coach Jeremy Van Heel says that's why I didn't bunt him, because he got a base hit and he got an RBI. And here's now Joel Kolbeck. First pitch is over for strike one.
Very dangerous hitter right here for the Lynx. I mean, you got to be very careful with Joel Kolbeck. He's already got 4 home runs on the year.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot. That's down for a base hit. Spencer Lettler will field. The throw will be a low one. It'll be a 2-hopper to Jake Mayer, and it's now a 4-1 lead here for Brandon Valley as Kolbeck has extended the lead here for the Lynx on the RBI single.
Yeah, and just a good piece of hitting by Colbeck, just sitting fastball the whole way, and he is as good a fastball hitter as anybody in South Dakota, and just ripped a line drive into left field, and now a big inning, even though you don't consider 2 runs to be a big inning, but in this game 2 runs is a big inning.
First pitch to Nick Hokenstad is upstairs for ball 1. He is 0 for 2 so far, and a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th inning. He struck out swinging and also grounded out to the third baseman. That was Hansen at the time, as Gordon will go out to talk with Lincoln Keenholz over at the mound with runners at first and second and 1 down here at the top of the 7th. So the Govs, who had the tying run on the bottom of the 6th, it was albeit only at first base. Actually, Raski did get to second. Now we'll have to score at least 3 times in the 7th inning to keep the ball game alive. And a 4-1 score right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Keenholz. There's a foul tip at the plate by Hokenstad, and it's now 1-1.
The thing I've noticed about these Brandon Valley ball players is they're really strong. I mean, if you look at their upper bodies, they've spent a lot of time in the weight room, and that's how you turn around an 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Lincoln Keenholz and put it on a rope out in the left field like Joe Colbeck just did.
1-1 pitch. That's a ground ball. Snagged at short by Hansen. He taps the second base bag with the glove, and there's now 2 down. Hansen didn't fully field it cleanly, but he grabbed the ball with his glove, tapped the bag with his glove, and there's now 2 down. Unconventional way to get him out at second, but he got the job done, and a heads-up play from Hansen, knowing that really all he could do was reach down and tap it with his glove.
Yeah, ball that went behind second base. Hansen, very athletic play, even to get a glove on the ball, was able to knock the ball down, and then had the presence of mind to pick the ball up in his glove, and then just able to, like you said, slam the glove down on second base just before Colbeck got there, and was able to record the out. And if the Governors are able to come back and either tie or go ahead and potentially walk this thing off in the bottom of the 7th, we'll have to point back to that play.
Count is 0-1 here to Shelsky. Runners off with a pitch. The throw to second. Going to be cut off by Wiebe. The throw back to the plate. It is in time to get him at home. And that's a big play to get him out at home plate. And that will retire the side here in the top of the 7th. And we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Maybe that could get the Govs going here, going to the bottom of the 7th. They get him out at the plate. Do the Governors. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It is a 4-1 lead here for Brandon Valley. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball, today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is going to be 4, 5, and 6 for the Governors. Bennett Dean, Jakey Mayer, and Jack Merkwan. And then if anybody gets on base, and for the Governors, they have to have someone get on base. Be Matt Hansen to bat after that. As we head in the bottom of the 7th, it is going to be Asphodel that will start the 7th inning here for Brandon Valley.
And I think that's probably the right call. Asphodel with only 69 pitches through 6 complete, so he has certainly done his job. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It's an earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on the day.
First pitch swinging by Bennett Dean. He'll rope that one into right field. That's over the head, and that will get down for extra bases to open up the bottom of the 7th. Dean will stop at second base, and there's the start for the Governors that they needed. First pitch swinging for Dean, and he's got a leadoff double. And let's see if Jakey Mayer and Jack Merkwan can find his way through here.
Yeah, and I got to suspect that that's probably some coaching in the Governor dugout in between innings, saying, "Look, first pitch fastball out of Askdahl," and that's exactly what Dean got. He hit it on a rope, one hop the fence, and over the head of Shelsky, the right fielder. And so Governor's got a little something going, but they're going to have to piece together a couple of good at bats here because they've got a big mountain to climb, down 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Here is Jakey Mayer, who is 0 for 1. He walked and came around to score. Governor's only run so far. That came in the 5th inning on the RBI single for Matt Hansen. Here's the first pitch from Askdahl to Mayer. He'll check his swing, does not check his swing, and it's strike one.
I think we've got a courtesy runner for Dean. I think that's Colin Brueggemann has come out to run for Dean. The re-entry rule is in effect. We'll see if Dean is up, potentially getting warm in the bullpen here later on this inning.
So here's now the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, is now 0-2. So a 0-2 count here to Mayer. He's going to find a way to stay alive, get on base. Jack Merquant, Matt Hansen, the next two hitters for the Governors. Runner on second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Govs need at least 3 runs, down 4-1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a line shot. That one's going to land foul. It remains at 0-2.
Yeah, just need Jakey Mayer to go up and battle right now, and the Govs got a little pressure on the Brandon Valley defense right now with that leadoff double. We just need to see if Jake can come through and dig out of this 0-2 hole with nobody out and a runner on second.
Brueggemann is the runner at second base. Here with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Comes upstairs, and it's now 1-2. A big at-bat here. All these are big at-bats in the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-1 is our score for Brandon Valley. That 2 spot in the top of the 7th is a big one for the Lynx. Scored 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. Governor's only run came in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mayer. On the outside edge and taken for strike 3, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, and as we look forward a little bit, as good as this Brandon Valley team is, and we've seen them be very good today, they are going to add, my understanding is a number of super seniors to their Legion roster. And so if you take this squad, add 4, 5, 6 young men coming back from college onto their Legion roster, this is a team that potentially is a state champion type team in the Legion season.
And they were the runner-up in Legion season last year in 2020 as Merquant swung and missed the first pitch. Down the count 0-1. He's 0 for 1 so far. Struck out looking and also had a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is over for strike 2. And Merquant down now 0-2 in the count. Askdahl, he's looking to go the distance here. He's looking to go all 7 innings. Colbeck's given signs to Askdahl from the shortstop. I don't know if he's called the pitches from shortstop. I don't think he is, but like he's relaying something to Askdahl on what their defensive position might be. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Merquant swings and misses, and he's down on strikes, and there's now 2 down, and the Governors need a big rally. Down by 3 runs with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, and I think the pitches are coming in from the assistant coach out of the Brandon Valley dugout, and I think you're right. I think what Colbeck is doing is he's signaling back to the catcher or to Askdahl, kind of letting them know, what he's going to be doing. Is he coming in behind Colin Brueggemann, the runner at second base? Is he going to play his normal position? That way Askdahl can really has an idea of what he wants to do with the batter.
Here's Matt Hansen, the last chance here for the Governors. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch. Tried to check his swing, couldn't hold up in time, and it's now 0-1. Governors at 20-5 on the season. Only the second Governor team to ever win 20 games in a spring, when they're in danger of not making the semifinals. 0-1 pitch. That one missed low. Brueggemann will take off for third. And it's going to get into left field. Brueggemann will come around to score. And boy, oh boy, was That one was saw the season coming to an end real quick right there, but Bergman forces a throw to be made, and it ends up being a wild one. So the count's now 1-1. The bases are empty, and it's a 4-2 lead now for Brandon Valley on the air charge of the catcher Skorcheski.
Yeah, and you, in some ways, I've always thought you kind of want to have that runner on the base paths because I think that just kind of, raises the pressure level for the defense. I mean, you certainly like to have the run, but now you're starting clean. You got to generate a whole new rally with 2 outs and nobody on base, and so you got to string together 3 or 4 really good at bats right now, and hopefully the bottom half of this governor order with Hanson, Wiebe, and Lettler are the ones to do it.
Count is 1-1 here to Hanson. Yep, the Govs need Hanson and Wiebe to get on base and come around to score. That's the minimum that needs to happen is Hanson and Wiebe have to get on base, come around to score to keep this ball game alive. Count is 1-1 here with Matt Hanson. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. 1-1 pitch. That one's floated to the first baseman. It'll be caught by the first baseman and Carroll, and that will end the ball game. And Brandon Valley is headed to the state tournament, the state semifinal next week Saturday as they beat the Governors 4-2 here at Hyde Stadium to close out the Governors spring season. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back to wrap up the region tournaments. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today is KCCR and today is KCCR.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
The Association of South Dakota County Weed and Pest Boards reminds all landowners and managers to look for and control noxious weeds this spring and summer. The receding water levels have provided new areas for noxious weeds to establish. Infestations that are found and treated early reduce the cost of control. For help identifying and controlling noxious weeds, call your county weed and pest supervisor or the South Dakota Department of Agriculture. Remember, good neighbors control noxious weeds.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium as the Brandon Valley Lynx celebrate winning the region championship game over the Pierre Governors. They won 4-2 and advanced to the state semifinals as they are the second team, and potentially 3 of the 4 host teams will not make it to the semifinals as O'Gorman upset Sioux Falls Lincoln 7-2, Brandon Valley upset Pierre 4-2, and Washington was leading Roosevelt at the last check. Harrisburg is the only team so far that has won after hosting that region tournament. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean as the spring season comes to an end for the Pierre Governors, but a fun season overall for Pierre. Just couldn't quite get the job done here in the region championship.
Yeah, and we've talked about just how balanced this top 8 teams in South Dakota high school baseball are, and every one of those top 8 teams had multiple really good pitchers, and in a single elimination 7-inning game in a format like this in South Dakota baseball, you run into a hot pitcher, and that can certainly be the difference. And that's exactly what happened today to the Governors. Ran into just a really well pitched game by Carson Astdahl from Brandon Valley. I mean, we knew he came in with an ERA of under 1, and he certainly showed why today as he. His line for the day is 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 2 runs, only one of them earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts on the day, and just really showed why, he first time we've had a chance to see him, and he certainly has to go into that short list among one of the best pitchers in South Dakota based on what we've seen today.
Yeah, the Governors just had 2 guys left on base. The 2 runs that they scored, like you said, just 3 hits. They only allowed 3 free passes, did Askdahl, with 2 walks and a hit by a pitch. And, of course, one of those 2 runs were unearned. Just an excellent job by him on the mound, going all 7 innings. The Governors had good at-bats. They couldn't just get that timely hit towards the end of that ball game to get them tied up or give them the lead at all, as they had to come from behind, trying to come from behind from the 4th inning when it was the first run scored from Brandon Valley. They scored 1 the 4th, 1 the 5th, and those 2 runs in the 7th inning, those were 2 big ones, an RBI single from Matt Brown and an RBI single from Joel Kolbeck. That put the nail in the coffin for the Governors, because they scored that next run to make it 2. That would have made it 2-2 if they were able to get that 0. Just unable to, as Brandon Valley finished with 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, 6 men left on base. Pierre finished with 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base, as their season comes to an end at 20-6 on the year for Pierre, as they will now turn their attention to Legion baseball, which is a little over a week away. Next week, Tuesday, not next week as in like tomorrow starting next week, but the first day of June. June 1st will be the first Legion baseball game for the Pierre Governors, as they will be at home for quite a while. We won't travel to the first middle part of June. Will be the first time that the Legion baseball team will travel, but the Governors just couldn't get the job done here this evening, as they fall 4-2, and their season comes to an end at 20-6.
Yeah, and again, you feel bad for the Governors. I mean, they battled right to the very end, and again, I think if coming into this season, you would have said to a lot of baseball observers, not only around this community but around South Dakota, that this Pierre Governor team was going to finish the year 20-6. Seated 3rd in the PowerPoint standings and battling a very good Brandon Valley team all the way to the end. I think they would have said that would be a big surprise. And so unfortunately, Governors probably kind of down in the dauber right now. But I tell you what, you got to be very proud of this team. And I think there's going to be a lot of fun coming this summer, because the Governors will actually pick up a couple of super seniors that they will add to this roster for the Legion program, and so I think that there's going to be some real good baseball played around Heights Stadium at the Legion level coming June, July, and August.
And I think you're exactly right, because this team, I wouldn't say they exceeded expectations, but they definitely played very well throughout the entire year, where in a little bit of an unknown because of all the seniors that they had graduated from the 2019 to the 2021 season, because you didn't have the 2020 year. So you had a couple of extra guys that are added to this team making their debuts this year, and there was a lot of question marks on how guys would play, how some of the sophomores and juniors would play that weren't on this team 2 years ago. And they've done a very good job, and they did a great job playing all season for this Pierre Governor team. And now, some of these guys will go to play Junior Legion for the summer, and a lot of these will be on the Senior Legion team. But the roster, the biggest roster that they have, that makes sense. You basically get your 2 teams right here for Junior Legion and Senior Legion. But the Governors will now transition to post-8 baseball, and we'll have Coach Brian White as their manager, Nathan Nozzle, the assistant coach for Dirk Campbell, Ryan Kruger, and Steve Gray. Those 3 guys will have to wait another year to try and get that state championship. And I know, I think, Dirk, I think all of them have said it too, that they weren't really sure how this year was going to go as we got farther along in the year, going, hey, we could maybe win this whole thing. But you get, and I don't want to say that Pierre's going to win best 2 out of 3 against Brandon Valley, but you get a 3-game series. You give credit to Brandon Valley for winning this first game, but Pierre's got 2 more chances, or another chance to try and win that next game and a chance to still win the series. But that's just how high school baseball is. You get one chance at one team, and you got to be able to beat them because you don't get another opportunity. And Brandon Valley had that done here today to pick up the win to advance to the state semifinals next Saturday. They will face the winner of Roosevelt and Washington. That one
just went final. Washington defeated Roosevelt 11-4.
So Washington, the 7 seed. So we had the 8 seed, the 6 seed, and the 7 seed all advance, and Harrisburg the only team that was in the top 4 to go to the state semifinals next Saturday at the Birdcage, as they will take on O'Gorman, and Washington will take on Brandon Valley in those 2 semifinal games.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's certainly, I don't think, any kind of a surprise that any of these second tier, and I hate to call them second tier teams, but 5, 6, 7, and 8. 3 of those 4 teams are moving on to the state tournament. Not at all a surprise because as close as these 1 through 8 teams were, and even earlier today, we saw number 11 Yankton come very close to knocking off these Brandon Valley Lynx, and so that's just how close this game was. And you said it a little bit ago. If that ball that Shelsky hits in the top of the 7th somehow lands in Jake Mayer's glove, and he made a tremendous effort to get it. But if it's 3 inches lower, we got a 2-1 game going into the bottom of the 7th, and probably are playing extra innings.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But now Brandon Valley will they're going to be they're the second highest seed going into the state semifinals next week, Saturday at the Birdcage. 12 o'clock will be O'Gorman, Harrisburg. 2 o'clock will be Washington and Brandon Valley. A lot of fun today. All 3 games, for Pierre. And then the 2 next games to follow were a lot of fun to watch and be a part of here this afternoon at Hyatt Stadium into this evening. But unfortunately, the Governor's season does come to an end as we now turn our attention to the Legion season. Of course, the Legion year, all the games will be on today's KCCR, KCCR.com, and available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking forward to going to be a busy summer, but looking forward to a chance for this post-8 team. And the pitching that we saw for Pierre is going to come to a huge advantage for the post-8 team as well, because almost all these guys, and you add a couple of extra guys, almost all these guys will be playing Senior Legion. If not, the rest will be playing Junior Legion, and these will be 2 good teams for Pierre, and hoping to see 2 good summers for post-8 Legion baseball.
Yeah. And then you add in, there's a lot of depth in this post-8 program, all the way from the varsity down to the 13-year-old level, and so the future is very bright for this program going forward, and I'm really looking forward to not only what the future has in 2022 for the Pierre Governor High School season, but for this Legion season coming up, and for a number of Legion seasons in the next several years.
As that will wrap things up for us here this evening. Thanks to Jacob Mayer back at the station. Greg Dean to my right. I'm John Winkler. As again, the post-8 season is coming up next. We'll have that on next week, Tuesday. June 1st will be the first game of the Legion season for Pierre Post-8. We'll have it for you here on today's KCCR, KCCR.com, and available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Final score, once again, Brandon Valley, they win the Region 3 championship as they beat Pierre 4-2, as we say so long from Hyatt Stadium.
You have been listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you by Bank West, B&B Equipment, the Association of South Dakota Weed and Pest, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Sioux Nation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Overhead Door Company, Service Master, All Around Graphics, Nystrom Electric, Wagner Auto, Agtegra, AirTech, Pierre Sports Center, Comtech, and Rising Hope Counseling. Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR is also brought to you by Avera, Dakota Sprinkler, Birding Electric, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motor, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Olson Plumbing, Todd's Electric, Kruger Contracting, Midwest Cooperative, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Shane's Pharmacy. Join us again for more Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting.